This is where the crime-ridden multiplexes stood. Soon, the city will start construction on single-family homes that officials say will promote ownership as opposed to rental and hopefully make the area safer. These are the base units that Novacopy will add custom components to. They'll then be assembled and tested in the setup shop before being sold out of the Texas headquarters. This new portion of the trail connects south down to Twin Wells Golf Course, and in the north it'll eventually connect where the trail stops right now, near Rochelle and 114. Irving police visited the old fourplexes that were on Tudor Lane as much as any area in Irving.
It wasn't how many times per week, it was how many times per day that we had officers here.
That police presence, along with the removal of unsafe, crime-ridden apartment complexes, led to a 72% reduction in crime. Neighbors say worries about crime won't come into play when sending their kids to one of Irving's best schools. Lamar Middle School has been recognized by the state 14 of the last 15 years.
When I moved here, my boys were going to junior high here, and we would sit out on the football field and we'd hear gunshots, and it was not a good scene.
I've had grandkids attend Brown and Lamar, and it has been times that I've gotten up and walked my grandkids to school for their safety.
High crime led to high turnover in ownership led to more unstable rental processes, and so you just got a lot of people who were not invested in the neighborhood.
With the crime now reduced, the neighborhood is ready for its next transformation. To help get ready for that next phase, the city of Irving hosted a workshop at Lamar Middle School, which is bordered on one side by Tudor Lane, to get neighbors to work together.
I want you to understand now, this is not a community meeting. It's not a neighborhood meeting. This is a problem-solving session.
Those in attendance were asked to write down what they thought the top problems were on Tudor Lane and then find a solution for what they thought was the most pressing issue. This is where the crime-ridden multiplexes stood. Soon, the city will start construction on single-family homes that officials say will promote ownership as opposed to rental and hopefully make the area safer.
And that builds in neighborhood stability. You get to know your neighbors take care of you, and the property values stay up.
This is what those new homes will look like. Ebner says 27 single-family homes will go up on Tudor Lane. Through a federal grant program, first-time homebuyers can get up to $30,000 in down payment assistance and no-interest loans.
Well, our vision is that we have an engaged neighborhood who have ownership and they have something to be proud of.
And neighbors we talk to have nothing but praise for the city.
I give them A+ in what they've done. They've done an excellent job getting it done.
I think it's wonderful. It makes it safer for myself, my grandkids, and the other residents on this street. And I couldn't be more happier than a kid at Christmas.
And by Christmas, some of those new homes should be complete, with homeowners starting the next chapter of their lives in a neighborhood transformed. Chris Blake for City Source. That's not your everyday yellow and green Clyde Baylor fan. It's Dallas County Judge Clay Lewis Jenkins checking out the newest section of Campion Trail.
The great thing about the trail system is it promotes a healthy lifestyle, and it gives people a park experience that they can't get in the suburbs.
An experience that city officials say will help aesthetically and physically.
It's a great walk. It's beautiful. There's some segments of this where you've got to go through some heavy treed areas, so it's really beautiful.
The long-term benefits are the health aspects that you have by walking and getting out into the open air and bringing your bicycle down here.
This new portion of the trail connects south down to Twin Wells Golf Course, and in the north it'll eventually connect where the trail stops right now, near Rochelle and 114.
Overall, eventually this trail will help commuters who might want to commute from South Irving up to Las Colinas to work.
The city provided tours of the trail to those in attendance at the ribbon cutting. This $400,000 4-mile extension was paid for with a grant from Dallas County.
They have been a real valuable partner to us. They have contributed about $3.5 million to Campion Trails since we've become active on building the trails.
The newest addition brings the length of Campion Trail to 10.5 miles, almost halfway to the city's goal.
The master plan on this project is a 22-mile long trail that links from Valley Ranch at Sam Houston Trails Park all along Leon Fork to this point and then turns and goes west along the West Fork all the way out to Running Bear Park in the southwest part of town.
Let's get the rest of it together and get it all together, all from Grand Prairie all the way up. Maybe someday we can get to Oklahoma with it.
While reaching Oklahoma may be a stretch, getting to the rest of the Metroplex is not.
Irving sits kind of at the crossroads between Dallas and Fort Worth. So this is a good spot for them to invest some of the county money because they know it'll tie north to south and east to west through Irving.
Tate expects it will be 5 to 10 years before the trail in Irving links to the trails in Dallas.
It's a big picture. We're all part of the Trinity Trail System, which is about a 250-mile segment of trail all through North Texas.
So even if Patrick won't see Campion Trail make it to Oklahoma, Irving has come a long way since he got here.
Went to work for the city of Irving in '57. At that time there was one park, Center Park, and they had a swimming pool. Now there's over 40 parks.
And it's a good thing too, or else Judge Jenkins wouldn't have very far to ride. Chris Blake for City Source.